Do you know who Shad M Brooks is? I don't mean Phil Brooks as in CM Punk. I mean Shad M Brooks, who is a very big advocate for AI art. Now, if you watch this channel, you know we're not big fans of AI art, especially for commercial use. I don't really care if you're just fucking around with it for fun, like I have done a few times, especially with this Studio Ghibli art thing that's been floating around. I've given it a couple of tries for sure. It is fun. It's just a fad. It's one of those things I'll be around for a few days and then disappear, just like anything else. But everyone has something to say on it, whether it's copyright issues or again back to the debate about AI art, so on and so forth. And I thought we would take a look at this because this has over 4,000 comments, 3,000 retweets, 2,000 likes. I mean, this post is stirring up some attention, especially within the comic book world, the art world, so on and so forth. So let's see what Mr. Brooks has to say. He says the Ghibli art style is plain, uninspired, and the actual reason people love it is because of the quality of stories and styles it has been attached to, and the fluidity and details of the animations it appears in, and not the style itself. Well, I would stop you there because I do think the style has a certain aesthetic that people like. Sometimes simple is good. Let's just call a spade a spade. And he goes on to say, I get that it has an innocent charm to it, hence the fun in depicting controversial images in it. But it does not make the style itself anything special and separate it from those stories it has been used in for the quality of animation. And he goes on to show this picture right here. And he says the AI version looks better and crying about it won't change that. Well, let's take a look. The AI version, I will say, does look kind of cool. It looks like something that, you would see maybe an Alex Ross or Shikari or something like that pull out. But the fact of the matter is that it is composed of stolen artwork. One thing that Mr. Brooks still just really doesn't understand, you know. He goes on to say, and there's more. Let's see. Click more. It could have been LOL. I could have proven my point just as easy with examples from superior traditional art styles, but using AI art triggers so many people. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Get it? I get it. Because so many people think that AI art is evil and must never be acknowledged to have any quality at all. Well, it's theft, right? That's the bottom line, is that it's theft. Especially when compared to the sacred cow that is Ghibli. And don't get me wrong, I think many Studio Ghibli films are great, and the animation is superb, and the style and the art style itself is, I'm calling plain, but most people will ignore it because of how dare you criticize. Um, yeah, this one looks like shit for sure. That bottom one. I get it, man. To a certain extent, hey, this is just fun. Let people make their stupid little memes and convert them into these like real basic anime drawings. It will last for about a week and then it will move on to something else. Like, I don't see why people are crying about this. The conservative, we'll read just a few of these comments and just see what they say. The people better start accepting the fact that AI art is here to stay, and they better get to know the tools to be able to produce something better than what any of us can do within a couple of minutes, or they'll be completely out of work. I doubt that. I doubt that very, very much. I think what you're going to see is more soulless, plain looking AI. Yes, people are going to try and adopt it. Yes, people are going to make money off it. I've already seen it happen several times. But there is something about art that is so human, that comes from the soul, that will never be able to be replicated by a machine ever. It can be a technical masterpiece, but if it lacks soul, it lacks art. This guy here says, whoa, Shad woke up today and chose violence. And then you see this stupid little gift that he's got. Some people will do this thing just to get clicks, to get drama, like the only reason why I'm even making this video is because I know if I talk about AI art, Mr. Brooks, those two combinations together will probably get this channel views, give me a little ad revenue, maybe a boost in subscribers. Go ahead and subscribe, by the way. But on top of that, I have an invested interest in this, right? On top of, the grifting part of all this, right? Which is what he's doing, is that I have an invested interest in the arts because I make comic books. And I understand that AI art is here to stay. And I'm trying to figure out where AI art fits into the zeitgeist of the overall creation of comic books. Is it something that we are going to adapt? Is it something we are going to shun? Is it something that's going to be slightly introduced piece by piece until, we're all the boiling frog in the water? Like, I don't know. Well, let's see what else he says here. Uh, Thanks for your thoughts, Savvy, but AI will enable people to animate the one on the right just as much and sooner than people realize. Well, we'll have to wait and see on that. Uh, Shad is absolutely correct here. As time progresses, this will only become more evident. This usually comes from people with no talent. Apples to oranges. You're comparing a still image to an animated image. One of numerous similar panels to show movement. All hand-drawn animation has depicted simplified art because it requires numerous images, hence the moniker cartoon applied to animated films and TV shows. Simple doesn't necessarily mean uninspired. And it certainly doesn't mean easy either. Have you ever seen something that looks so easy to draw, yet go try and draw it and you'll find out how hard it actually is? I try drawing Powerpuff Girls. You think it looks simple? It's not. Try drawing like Scotty Young. You think it looks simple, but it's not. you know, just look at the Joker and all those episodes of Batman where they helped animate. The art style didn't change, but it makes all the difference. Shad Brooks continues on his tirade here. It's uninspired because it's so similar to other playing styles that you see in hundreds of other animations. Ghibli, is that, am I even saying it right? Ghibli? It's like Gimli from fucking Lord of the Rings. Gimli succeeds because of their execution of that style. As you said, it's their animation ability, not the style itself. Destroy the heretic. God damn. So, I don't know. This is going to be like until Marvel and DC really start adopting AI and admit to its use and say, "Hey, look, this is just a new way of doing business. We're accepting it. We're bringing it in." Um, there's always going to be some sort of controversy. Once the big two start really utilizing it, though, and they make it clear and obvious, and flat out say that's what we're doing, then you'll see it be accepted, especially in the world of the arts. The AI version looks polished and overdrawn to a fault. There's no attempt to draw attention to any part of the character design. It just looks like someone rolled a coat of paint over a picture. There's no mood, barely any emotion expressed. It's dull and quite lifeless. Basically, what you're trying to say is what I've been saying, is that there's no soul. Art has to have a soul, just like a song, a creation, a sculpture. It all has meaning behind it, personality behind it. Behold, frail human, the divine truth. The sacred artist of Ghibli will. I don't even know what the fuck he's trying to say there. Blah blah blah. Next one. Shad, that is right on. Couldn't have said it better myself. It's the stories that make Studio Ghibli the film so great. The animation is charming, but there are so many animations out there with much more impressive art styles, and there is a section of animes out there that are far, far more impressive, especially when you consider their age. CGI doesn't make anime look good or bad, nor does hand-drawn 2D anime. It is the quality of the story and the execution of that story. Well, I don't know. I mean, Akira is a great story, but that was still all hand-drawn, and it still stands up today. Not only does it still stand up today, it blows many modern animations still out of the water. I mean, go watch the film. This is why people fall in love. And even though Leica Studios has been the king of stop-motion animation, it's the quality of the stories that make people love them. That being said, the style of animation can aid in the telling of the story. Yeah, for me, I don't like modern anime. I don't know, there's just something different about how it looks. I like anime from the late 80s and early 90s. I love that style of anime. And if you're not providing that, then to me it's not even really anime, is it? So this guy, he's like the AI defender, AI can do no wrong. We all need to be using AI. You don't need to learn, how to draw because fuck it, type in a prompt and a computer can do it for you, right? It's like how they don't even teach kids cursive writing anymore, so none of them know how to sign their name to a document. It's really really sad. I understand you like AI art because it makes it more accessible to someone without talent like yourself. Me too. I think you lose something when you rely on it too much. There will be a breaking point where people lose the ability to create in the same way, just a feeling. Insane take says Job. I wish to respectfully disagree. You have presented various styles, and each to their own has a uniqueness. What, in my humble opinion, makes the style version unique is exactly the lack of any exertion of detail, sharpness, or particular depiction of form. I understand not liking it or not being some people's cup of tea, choice of style, but I do think calling it uninspired is not true. What was made way before the AI era is a pure product of passion, having touched millions of people, be like the artist self or how it blends with the stories depicted in it. Does it speak of inspiration in a very proper way to represent said stories in a way that has turned out to be widely popular on a world level? This guy here says, who listens to a dude that has zero understanding and appreciation for the craft? John Delarose, JDA, says, you seem to have triggered some people with AI art. Again, well, that was the plot, right? That was the plan. Take something a little bit controversial, post it up on X, post it up on YouTube, and try and get some pennies and shekels from it. Right? We live in outrage culture now. And it's more evident than ever before. It doesn't really matter what the subject is or how you truly feel on a particular subject. If it benefits you, if that's the way the wind blows for that day that works out in your favor, then that's what you're going to champion and defend. It's just the truth, man. But look, who is he to say up here that this AI version looks better and crying about it won't change that? Art is subjective. Art is in the eye of the beholder. I think there's actually more purity when I look at the image on the left as opposed to the manufactured image on the right. Yeah, does it look cool? Yeah, kind of. But it lacks, again, what I said, soul, right? It's soulless, you know? And I think that's the problem with AI art is that it's always going to be soulless. You know what doesn't have AI art though? My comic book, Nyobi Outbreak number 4 on Kickstarter. And to learn all about it, just stay tuned from a word from my sponsor. And just who is today's sponsor? Well, it's me, Austin. It's been me all along. And I'm just here to let you know that Nyobi Outbreak number 4 is on its last week on Kickstarter here. We've been running this in late pledges, aka in demand now for the last couple of weeks, and we're glad that we've had 8 new backers come in and join us on the fun. And it's not too late. You can come in and back this for another week or so, and then it is going to get shut down because we just can't leave it open forever, right? We need to get the ball rolling. We need to get the ball moving. So come on in and help us out. There are 10 great covers to choose from, including Juan Antonio Altaveras right here. How about LC Fritas featuring Adana? What about this great cover from Lock Win right here? How about the cover from the Sensei, Ben Dunn, founder of Antarctic Press and the creator of Warrior Nun and Ninja High School, with our X-Men homage? Bucket list artist Ali Garza right here. How about the master, Keith Garvey? How about Narcilio Souza with the Dance Till You Drop set right here? Great triple set cover that you can pick up for another week or so, only right here on Kickstarter. And to top it all off, this epic cover by Image alumni, known for his work on Evangeline and Lady Pendragon, Scarlet Crush, and so much more, Mr. John Stinsman. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to go here. We got the pages done. We're working on the coloring of the last few. We're going to be 2 months early, not 4 years late. So why don't you jump in now, catch up on all things Nyobi. We have everything you need. If you missed out on the past, if you're missing a variant cover, that sort of stuff, come in, take a look. Things are starting to sell out, including some of the signature series, including some of the original sketch cards that we have on the go. You do want these. They're gorgeous. They're awesome. And again, only available for another week or so. So pull the trigger, pull it now, and we'll see you soon.